Is it possible to get into IT with no prior experience? It turns out that it is possible indeed. Continue watching this video because today I'm going to help you understand how you can get into IT with no prior experience. Stay tuned and I will see you on the inside. Hi, thanks for tuning in. My name is Sabrish Chand. I'm your IT consulting expert here on YouTube, helping people like yourself become professional IT consultants. So in today's video, we're talking about how to get into IT with no prior experience. And if you're just stopping by or if you're here for the first time, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like, comment, and share my videos because every week I post content related to IT in general and IT consulting, which will help people like yourself become professional IT consultants or start a career in IT. So is it really possible for somebody to get into IT with no prior experience? Well, it turns out, yes, it is possible, and I myself have helped a lot of people get into IT with no prior experience. So stay tuned and I will explain to you how it is possible for somebody like yourself to get into IT without any prior experience. So before we start talking about how we can apply for a job at an IT company or how to get into IT, it is important for us to understand how IT departments are usually organized within these organizations. So I'm going to show you an example of an IT organization, which could be an IT department within the organization, or it could be an IT company like Google, Apple, and so on. Typically, an IT department or an IT organization is organized and it contains 4 different areas within them. So the 4 different areas within IT are operational services, IT support services, project services, and other administrative and support functions within IT. So we're going to take a look at what each of these are and what skills and qualifications you need to get into each of these are. So operational support is nothing but a liaison between the business stakeholders within the organization who conduct business with the customers of the organization and their IT departments within the organization. Typically, people who work in operations support are non-technical people, meaning if you want to get into this particular area of IT, you don't need to have any prior experience or you don't need to have any technical qualification at all. Usually people in this area of IT are people with a degree in business or administration and have typically worked in office jobs before. People in this area of IT are usually working on several support functions including business relationship management, IT portfolio management, IT service management, and so on. So the next area within IT is known as the IT support services. This is the technical area within IT in which people who usually work are all technically qualified. They have a bachelor's degree in computer science or any IT related degree, and they also have prior experience working and supporting these technical systems within the organization. So when I talk about technical systems, these are typically nothing but applications or systems as they are called within IT, and they are used by the business stakeholders within the IT to carry out business functions. The other type of systems that is common are the underlying infrastructure devices such as servers, network devices, storage, and so on. So people who are usually working on these type of devices and systems have to be technically qualified in order to operate them, in order to support and maintain them. So typically the work that is involved is in the areas of administration and development. So if you're applying for a job within this particular area of IT, you'll have to make sure that you have the right credentials and the experience in order for you to qualify for a job in this area. So the next area within IT is known as the project services, and people who are generally working in this area have either prior experience working in projects or they have IT certifications or necessary credentials that enables them to work on different projects. Typically, projects are undertaken within the organization to either implement new software systems, solutions, or to enhance the existing systems for the business or for the customers who are doing business with the organization. So in order for you to work in projects, you'll have to have certifications related to project management, business analysis, architecture, data management, quality assurance, change management, and so on. So if you're ever applying for a job to work on projects, do make sure that you have the right qualifications and or the experience you need to work in projects. Sometimes there are projects in which you require no prior experience as well. Make sure to check the job description before you apply for these kind of jobs. So the other area within IT is the administrative and support function or services. And what this does is provides the overall support. Some of the well-known services within this area of IT will include enterprise security, enterprise governance, risk management, business continuity planning, disaster recovery, and even several support functions including procurement, internal audit, finance, HR, and so on. So if you're ever applying for a job in IT which involves one of these support functions, then you would definitely need to have related domain knowledge or expertise, which is essentially based on your graduation from either business or finance. So there you have it. Those are the different areas within IT in which you can work when you apply for a job. So now that you have an understanding of how IT departments are organized, I'm going to walk you through 3 different ways in which you can apply for jobs in IT with no prior experience. So the first way you can apply for an IT job is by doing internship. Internship is the best and the easiest way for you to work in an IT department and also get to know the people while you are gaining experience and developing your IT skills. And if you happen to perform really well and if they like you, there's a good chance that by the end of the internship term you would be able to secure a permanent job with them. That's one of the best and easiest ways for you to get into IT with no prior experience. Make sure to check with your internship coordinator on the options that are available to you for internship. The next easiest way to get into IT is to go out there and to get some IT certifications. Typically you would go out there and get these certifications on your own through a training provider. So these technical training providers are affiliated with certifying bodies such as PMI, IIBA, and so on. And they're able to train you and also help you take certification programs and appear for certification exams at the end of those programs. By securing IT certifications and IT credentials, you are able to elevate your status when you apply for jobs in IT. Most companies will be willing to look at you if you have the right certifications, even though you don't have any prior experience in IT. And the last option that I want to recommend to you is to consider applying in consulting companies. There are several IT consulting companies out there who can help you get a job while you are being trained and developing your skills. Most consulting companies out there are looking for graduates who have little or no experience so they can take them as full-time employees and they can train and get them certified in IT. And in doing so, they're able to save some costs and also develop skills and qualifications in new resources who could be future assets for them. So if you have an opportunity to apply in a consulting company, you must definitely do so. And if you're not sure where to go look for consulting companies, you could look at Google and LinkedIn to find those consulting companies. I do have a link in the description for one of our consulting companies which will help you to get trained, get certified, and then we're able to place you at a client as an IT consultant. So if you are somebody who's interested in learning IT skills and IT certification programs, you must definitely check out the link in the description below. So the only criteria we have for people with no experience is that they're able to invest in IT certifications, in gaining those IT skills and credentials that will help them secure a job with the clients. So if you are someone who has an investment capital, or if you're able to secure some funds to invest into IT certification programs, I would definitely recommend you to check out the link in the description below. So that's it for today, and I'm hoping today's video gave you much clarity on how IT departments are organized and how you can apply for an IT job with no prior experience. As always, if you have any questions, please make sure to put your questions in the comment section below, and I'm more than happy to answer to your questions individually. If you want to learn more about our certification programs, I recommend you to go to our site at iitcinternational.com. I created a free masterclass for you on IT consulting and IT skills, so you're able to learn about information technology and IT consulting careers. Do make sure to like and subscribe my videos, because every week I put out new content on IT and IT consulting that will help yourself or somebody you know to become a professional in IT. As always, this is Sabrish Chand, your IT consulting expert on YouTube, signing off for today, and until the next video, you take care and stay safe.